Good morning dear students, welcome back to business study class. In this class we are purely discuss relating to the barriers of communication. So in this session we are discuss especially regarding the semantic barriers and psychological barriers. These two types of barriers we are discuss in this session. Okay, no? So first we are understand what's the barriers of communication. What is barriers? The barriers is nothing but some problems arises at the time of communication. It may be a psychological barriers, or it may be organization barriers, or it may be our personal barriers. Is it right? Some noise will be arises. That is one of the distraction or one of the problem for our communication. Right? See, I'll communicate with you through the internet. Is it right? This video you are observing the YouTube. Some network problem, the video cannot that much of giving a clarity. It's not giving that much of clarity for you. That is a barriers of communication. Is it right? So, what are all the problems arises at the time of communication? That's we are called as a barriers of communication. So, the barriers of communication we are classified as a semantic barriers, psychological barriers, personal barriers and organizational barriers. These are all the barriers of communication. You all know the communication is very much important for a management to direct someone. We are getting a work from our subordinates. It's only possible through the communication. So that's why the communication is impact more on the organizational work. So that's why in a directing chapter we are discuss regarding the communication. Is it right? The management can send any message for their subordinate. It may through the messages, it may through the email, it may through the meeting. These are all we are called as a communication. The communication is not only in a wordings. In a written also we are send the messages. In an email we are send. That is also one type of communication. It's a verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication in the sense we are using the wordings. That is a verbal communication. The non-verbal communication, we are express our views and thoughts through the wordings, through the mails, through the posture and gesture. These are all the non-verbal communication. Okay, no? So, verbal and non-verbal communication. In both the system, we are send the message. That is, we are called as a communication. Let's discuss regarding the barriers of communication. And the first thing we are discuss regarding the semantic barrier. The semantic barriers, it means the problem arises at the time of encoding and decoding the message. That types of barriers we are called as a semantic barriers. You already know what is encoding and the decoding, right? Encoding in the sense, we are send the message. For that we are using the words, gesture, postures and pictures we are used to convey the messages. That is we are called as a encoding. Decoding means how you are understand our posture, gesture, then our picture, the wordings, how you are received, that is we are called as a decoding. So, the semantic barriers in the sense, the problems arises at the time of encoding and decoding the communication. Encoding and decoding the messages, that problems we are called as, are that kind of problem, that kind of barriers we are called as a semantic barriers. Okay, no? So, in that, the body badly expressed message. Badly expressed message. The name indicate itself badly. Is it right? Badly expressed message. It means at the time of communication, the sender using a wrong word with a poor vocabulary, or we are using a wrong word at the time of communication, that is we are called as a badly expressed message. Badly in the sense wrongly, we are convey the message with the use of wrong word, that is we are called as a badly expressed message. Okay, now then the next one is symbols with different meaning. Is it right? The symbols giving a different meaning. So take for example, the symbol is not nothing but the posture and the gesture. The word is also giving a different meaning according to the situation. Is it right? Take for example, very, right? Sorry, value. Value is a one simple word, but this value, it's giving a different meaning according to the situation. How you or use that word, that is a matter a lot. Is it right? Take for example, what's the value of this duster? It's indicate what's the price of this duster. Is it right? At the time of lecturing, we are asking, you know value of me. It means you are not able to judge my value in thousands or lakhs together. You are not judge my value. The value in the sense, the respect someone, they are sharing some information. It is a very useful, but we are not pay for an individual. We are paying a salary for our service only, not for an individual person. So that is the value word is same. Is it right? You know value of me, you know value of this stuff. In both the sentence we use the word value, but the value is giving a different meaning. That is the symbols with a different meaning. Is it right? We are understand the wordings according to the situation. That is also one of the barriers. If in case sometimes I'll ask you, you know value of me, in the sense, okay, we are pay something for the ma'am, we are giving some amount for the ma'am. That type of understanding is come to in your mind. That is one kind of the barriers. Okay, no? So the symbols with different meaning, that is also one of the semantic barriers. Next one is faulty transmission, right? Faulty transmission. What in the sense? The faulty transmission in the sense, the language is very much important at the time of communication. Is it right? You are all know Hindi and Urdu, but I don't know Hindi and Urdu. But I'll convey my information with the English, because the English is understand from you also, from my side also, English is know very well. So the use of a language is matter a lot at the time of communication. Take for example, the boss or the managers are well knowledgeable in English, but the employees does not have that much of knowledge of English. They know Hindi or Kannada, but the managers is convey information only in English. It's a very difficult to understand all the subordinates in a company. That is also one of the barriers. Is it right? You are all know Urdu, but I don't know Urdu, but you can express the answer in Urdu. I cannot understand what our students are told me. That is one kind of a problem in a communication. Are you understand? This is we are called as a faulty transmission. Faulty transmission in the sense, by using of a language is also matter a lot in the communication. So that's why the language of a the communication language is very much important in the organization as well as in a personal life also. So, the language is understood by both the sender and the receiver, then only the communication will be complete. If in case the communication language does not understand by the sender or from the receiver, the communication may chance for the fail. So, that's why the language is very much impact on the communication. That is one of the barriers of a communication. Next, unclarified assumption. Unclarified assumption. Unclarified assumption in the sense the communication may have create with their own assumption. The communication it does not complete, but they can understand in his or her own way. That is the unclarified assumption. Okay, now take for example, the boss told their driver, take care of our client. What's a driver work? They are just pick up and drop someone. That is a work of a driver. Is it right? They know driving, so they are just pick up and drop their clients. That is their driver assume. The boss told his driver, take care of our client. That is a suggestion given by the boss for the driver. The driver is understand, okay, I am safely reach the client for their guest house. That only concept the driver is understand. But the boss is told in the sense, take care of their food, accommodation, everything. Then after satisfying their needs, you just drop for our guest house. That is the communication. Actual communication is this, but the driver does not understand the full meaning. That is also one of the barriers of communication. Okay, that is unclarified assumption. There is no clarity in the communication. That is also one of the barriers. Next one is technical jargon. Technical jargon in the sense, due to some technical problem, we are not convey the message in time. Is it right? I already giving an example. Through the network problem, you cannot see or you cannot observe my voice and the wordings so clearly. That is one of the problem. That is one of the barriers of communication. Next one is the body language and gestures decoding. Body language and gesture decoding. It means at the time of communication, each and everybody will giving us some posture and gesture while understand the communication. Is it right? You are also observe in my videos. I'll always move my hands. I'll turn on the board and I'll again see you. That are all the gesture and the posture. It means it's indicate the confidence of a communication. But how you are understand, that is a matter. That is also one of the barriers of a communication. That is the body language and gesture decoding. The decoding in the sense, what you are understand my posture and gesture, it may be a right way or it may be a wrong way. That is also one of the barriers of communication. So, in the semantic barriers, that first one is badly expressed message. Second one is symbols with a different meaning. Third one is faulty transmission. Fourth one is unclarified assumption. Technical jargon. Next, body language and gesture decoding. These are all is in under the semantic barrier. Next, see the psychological barriers. The psychological barriers, it's purely relating to the mental ability of an individual. Is it right? That is a matter of lot at the time of communication. Let's discuss relating to the psychological barriers. The first one is premature evaluation. Premature evaluation. In the sense, before completing the communication process, the receiver understands the messages. That is the premature evaluation. Before completion of a messages, he is analyzed something. The receiver analyzed something, that is premature evaluation. Take for example, I'll explain regarding the psychological barriers. Okay, no. In that time you are not observe that video. Yes, we can easily understand your video. So here you are just stop that video. That is a premature evaluation. You are not clearly understand my wordings. You are not clearly observe this video. You can imagine, yes, we can understand this video. That much of attitude, that much of barriers, that much of behavior, it is one of the barriers of a communication. That is we are called as a premature evaluation. Then next one is lack of attention. The lack of attention. It means the receiver does not giving any 100% presence at the time of communication. So many lecturers, teachers use that word for their students. Body is present but mind is absent. That is the lack of attention. When you are giving a 100% presence, 100% attention for the class, then only you are get that information about the particular lecturing. So the lack of attention, that is also one of the psychological barriers. Is it right? Your body is present in the class but your mind in outside of our class. That is a waste of time, waste of energy. That is also one of the barriers. Then next one is loss by transmission and poor retention. Loss by transmission and poor retention. It means the communication flow by the managerial level. Is it right? We are discussed in a previous class regarding the formal and informal communication. So in that time the communication is flow from the top level to operating level management. The so many peoples are involved. In that time it may chance to reduce the information. It may chance for the poor communication. Is it right? I'll giving an explanation regarding the physical barriers around 10 minutes. But you are not able to understand that 10 minutes of lecturing. Is it right? I'll take a just example. I'll take a 10 minutes of time to explain psychological barriers. But you are understand only a 4 to 5 minutes of video. That is relating to the psychology. Is it right? You are not able to understand 100%. That information will be reduced. After 1 week, you forgot. You are 100% forgot about what is psychological barriers. You are think yourself. That is the loss of transmission. It's take a long time, so you are forgot that information. And poor retention. After that, see, at the time of watching the video, the actual video is 10 minutes. You are understand 5 minutes video. After 1 week, I am again ask you what is psychological barrier. Explain it few minutes. You are explain only 2 or 1 minute. That is the poor retention. The communication, it's take a long time. In that time, the information will be reduced. that is the loss of transmission and poor retention. Then next one is regarding the psychological barriers, distrust. You already know what is distrust, is it right? See, distrust. What is trust? We are believe someone, that is we are called as a trust, is it right? At the time of communication, the sender believe the receiver believe the sender, then only the communication will be completed, is it right? See, when the students believe is lecturer, then only they are giving attention about the lecturing. Otherwise, they are just ignore this lecturer. We know how to study. This kind of behavior, this kind of attitude in the mind of a students. So, distrust, this is also one of the barriers of communication, is it right? When the students are believe the lecturer, then only they are listen the lecturing of any lecturers. So here the trust is very much important at the time of communication. These are all relating to the psychological barriers. Okay, no? So in the next class we are discuss relating to the personal barriers, organizational barriers, along with that how to improve the communication. This concept we are discuss in the next class. Thank you so much for watching this video.